Nestled on the slopes above the Bitou River is where we grow our organic honeybush tea. Honeybush is uniquely part of the indigenous fynbos biome of the eastern and western Capes of South Africa. And the Bitou honeybush plantation's topology, soil and climate make it ideal for growing honeybush as a crop.
We started 4 years ago planting 12 hectares of honeybush tea. Now we have 32 hectares growing. Our next harvest will be 320 tons.
We from the Bitou plantation, we start our tea from seedling up to where it is today.
Our tea is grown and harvested in an artisanal way, which requires meticulous care and personal attention.
These are seedlings that's been planted a month ago, was in the nursery for 5 months. So the first 2 months after plant is very important to make sure you've got enough moisture for the roots to settle in. If you take this plant here, you can see the insect damage there, and you don't see any damage on the tea plant. So we keep the natural vegetation for the insects, and that helps us to control the insects, and we don't need to use any insecticides on the farm. Because it's a dry land crop, we try to use as little as possible water, and for that reason we use a pine mulch which we put between the beds around the plants, which help to control the moisture in the soil, and it also helps with weed control.
It's very rewarding for me to see my plants growing outside, because I put my life into the seedlings to make it work, to go outside and produce tea for South Africa and overseas everywhere.
18 months after being planted in the fields, the honeybush is hand-cut by our dedicated team.
We harvest 2/3 of the plant to leave enough for regrowth. Packed into bundles of 12 to 15 kgs. From there it goes into the cooler truck, which will take it down to the factory.
From the refrigerated truck, the tea is brought into our state-of-the-art processing plant and, if necessary, can be stored in the cold room before being processed. The raw organic product is cut on the branch before being fermented in our state-of-the-art fermentation tank. The temperature is controlled by a digital system to ensure each batch of tea packs the same consistently rich color and flavor. The fermented tea is then dried in the oven to a level of 10% moisture before being sifted and blended.
So this is the longifolia, as you can see, light green to yellow color, a longer leaf. And this is the septunata, darker color, a little bit of a bigger leaf than the longifolia. And our fermented tea and green tea are both beautiful blends of these two varieties.
Our premium green tea is processed unfermented. After being chopped, it is dried and sterilized in the oven before being sifted and blended, ready for export. By leaving out the fermentation process, our organic green tisane is richer in antioxidants than fermented honeybush teas, making it one of the healthiest herbal green teas today.
While we harvest, we select the best plants, the bigger plants, which we will leave to bloom, and we will harvest the seed to build up our own seed stock.
When left to bloom, the fields of honeybush turn a golden yellow, and the sweet honey aroma of the flowers fills the air. Bitou Honeybush Tea is an invitation to enjoy life's simple pleasures. Allow yourself the luxury to sit back, pause, and taste serenity.